The Scarecrow remarked, "We cannot be far from the road of yellow brick now, for we have come nearly as far as the river carried us away." Just then the Tin Woodman heard a low growl and turned his head to see a strange beast bounding over the grass toward them. As the wildcat approached, the Tin Woodman noticed it was chasing a little gray field mouse. Despite having no heart, he recognized that it was wrong for the wildcat to hunt such a harmless creature. The Tin Woodman raised his axe and swiftly struck the wildcat as it ran by, severing its head from its body. The beast fell to the ground in 2 pieces. Once freed from danger, the field mouse approached the Tin Woodman and squeaked, "Oh, thank you so much for saving my life." "I have no heart, so I help those in need, even if it is just a mouse," said the Tin Woodman. The mouse responded, "Only a mouse. I am a queen, the queen of all the field mice." "You have done a great deed and shown bravery by saving my life," said the queen, acknowledging the Tin Woodman's actions. As the queen of the field mice was reunited with her subjects, they rushed up and exclaimed, "Oh, your majesty, we thought you would be killed." The queen of the mice expresses her heartfelt gratitude to the Tin Woodman, acknowledging his bravery in defeating the wildcat that threatened her. In a loud and enthusiastic chorus, all the mice declare their loyalty to the Tin Woodman, promising to serve him and obey his commands as a sign of their gratitude. As Toto wakes up, he excitedly jumps into the group of mice, barking joyfully. This sudden movement causes the mice to scatter in all directions, filled with surprise and fear. The Tin Woodman gently holds Toto in his arms, assuring the terrified mice that he will protect them from any harm, calming their fears. After the Tin Woodman's reassurance, the queen of the mice peeks out from behind a clump of grass, nervously asking if Toto will truly not hurt them. Encouraged by the Tin Woodman's promise, the mice begin to creep back towards him, reassured that Toto is not a threat. Finally, one of the biggest mice spoke. "Is there anything we can do," it asked, "to repay you for saving the life of our queen?" "Nothing that I know of," answered the woodman. But the Scarecrow, who had been trying to think, but could not because his head was stuffed with straw, said quickly, "Oh yes, you can save our friend, the Cowardly Lion, who is asleep in the poppy bed." "A lion!" cried the little queen. "Why, he would eat us all up." "Oh no," declared the Scarecrow, "this lion is a coward." "Really?" asked the mouse. "If you will help us to save him, I promise that he shall treat you all with kindness." "Very well," said the queen, "we trust you." "But what shall we do?" asked the queen. "Are there many of these mice which call you queen and are willing to obey you?" "Oh yes, there are thousands," she replied. "Then send for them all to come here as soon as possible, and let each one bring a long piece of string." The queen turned to the mice that attended her and told them to go at once and get all her people. As soon as they heard her orders, they ran away in every direction as fast as possible. "Now," said the Scarecrow to the Tin Woodman, "you must go to those trees by the riverside and make a truck that will carry the lion." So the woodman went at once to the trees and began to work, and he soon made a truck out of the limbs of trees, from which he chopped away all the leaves and branches. He fastened it together with wooden pegs and made the 4 wheels out of short pieces of wood. Frank Baum worked quickly and efficiently. By the time the mice began to arrive, the truck was ready for them. They came from all directions with thousands of mice, big, little, and middle-sized, each carrying a piece of string in their mouths. Dorothy stirred from her long sleep and opened her eyes. To her amazement, she found herself lying on the grass, surrounded by thousands of timid mice staring at her. The Scarecrow explained everything to Dorothy. He then turned to the dignified little mouse and said, "Permit me to introduce to you Her Majesty, the Queen." Dorothy nodded gravely, and the Queen curtsied, soon becoming friendly with the little girl. The Scarecrow and the Tin Woodman began harnessing the mice to the truck using the strings they brought. Each mouse had one end of a string tied around its neck and the other end attached to the truck. Although the truck was much larger than any of the mice, once harnessed, they found they could pull it with ease. With the mice harnessed, the Scarecrow and the Tin Woodman sat on the truck. The little mice pulled them swiftly toward the place where the lion lay asleep. After a great deal of hard work, for the lion was heavy, they managed to get him up on the truck. The queen hurriedly gave her people the order to start, fearing that if the mice stayed among the poppies too long, they would also fall asleep. At first, the little creatures, many though they were, could hardly stir the heavily loaded truck, but with the woodman and the scarecrow pushing from behind, they made better progress. Soon they rolled the lion out of the poppy bed to the green fields, where he could breathe the sweet, fresh air again, instead of the poisonous scent of the flowers. Dorothy came to meet them and thanked the little mice warmly for saving her companion from death. She had grown so fond of the big lion that she was glad he had been rescued. Then the mice were unharnessed from the truck and scampered away through the grass to their homes. The queen of the mice was the last to leave. "If ever you need us again," she said, "come out into the field and call, and we shall hear you and come to your assistance." "Goodbye, goodbye," they all answered, and away the queen ran, while Dorothy held Toto tightly, lest he should run after her and frighten her. After this, Dorothy and the Scarecrow sat down next to the lion, who was peacefully asleep. The Scarecrow picked some fruit from a nearby tree and offered it to Dorothy, who happily ate it for her dinner.